Dun, 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 dun. Oh my God, I think my son got me sick. My son's sick again. Yo, what's up, Solus? How you doing? We're gonna talk. Eminem's gonna be introducing Barack Obama tonight. Donald Trump keeps rallying and ditching. You know, dine and ditch. We got to come up with a new, instead of dine and ditch, rally and ditch. Something that rhymes. I'm sick. I feel like I'm getting sick, man. My son came home yesterday again, sick from school again. Now I feel like he gave it to me. My nose won't stop running. Oh, and Ariana Grande. Good morning. What's up, Curtis? Hopefully you're not at work. Ariana Grande apparently dissed Elvira, which I don't know. Most people are. I mean, I'm almost too young to remember Elvira, but I remember she would host there would be Tales of the Crypt with the Crypt Keeper on Saturday nights, and Elvira would host like the B genre horror movies. So I know of Elvira. Plus, there's like haunted happenings around where I live, and I think Elvira would sign autographs. I think she's in Southern California, signing them at Knott's Berry Farm, Knott's Haunted Farm this time of year. Knott's is awesome if you've never been. And Elvira just recollected somebody asked her, any celebs diss you, snub you. And she talked about Ariana Grande, which, listen, let's be honest. As talented as Ariana is, she has the personality that seems like she would think she's too good for everyone. She's got the Mariah Carey vibes, which Mariah Carey is notoriously a diva pre and post Madonna. And I just feel like Ariana Grande is that, she probably comes from a very wealthy Staten Island upbringing, and she probably thought she was too good for half her school, and then when she finally made it singing, and again, these are just the vibes I get from her. Exactly why she didn't stay with Pete Davidson. Pete Davidson was probably like a fucking Tamagotchi pet to her, it was like trendy, so she needed to have it for a minute. Personality of a guppy. Nail on the head. Oh man, 100%. I'm probably the personality of a guppy. But again, those are just the vibes I get from Ariana Grande. I'm a fan of her voice. Her vocals are unmatched. She is in the category of Mariah Carey. It's just too bad that people that can sing that well become these pre-post. Why do people call them prima donnas? Why do they call them post Madonnas? Because Madonna is old now. She is old. Madonna, hang up your boots and your pointy cone boob bra. Hang it up, Madonna. Hang up your cone bra. Oh, God. 100% talented. But this story with Elvira, when I read it, I went, yeah, she gives off... Ariana Grande gives off the vibes of like she would tell... allegedly in the story that Elvira recollected, she said, she took pictures with... Ariana Grande went to an Elvira show, asked for 20 tickets plus her 21 tickets. Elvira went backstage, took pictures with all of Ariana Grande's family. And then when Elvira asked, her family wanted to take pictures with her. When Elvira asked, hey, can I take a picture with you, Ariana? She said, I don't really do that, which is totally something that would come out of her mouth. Be like, nah, I'm too big for you. What's up, Blinky Pinks? Blinky Pinks, that's a funny ass name. I don't know what you wrote there, but that's interesting. So allegedly she snubbed her like that. She was like, I don't really do that. And now Ariana Grande, in a reply post, said, I don't remember that. All I remember is having anxiety attack and leaving. I don't remember snubbing you. But then she gets catty at the end of... If you read this article, which if you're new, hit subscribe and the notification bell. I'm Rob. I go live 5 days a week. I do news commentary, heavy on the commentary. A lot of opinions in this piece, all right? Newsmentary is what I call it. But if you read, I link all the articles down below. Oddvocado. That's a great name, too. There's no choice right there. You can't pick Trump. He's a douchebag. We'll get into him in a minute. But Ariana... in her reply to Elvira, the queen of horror or whatever she's called, I forget. Even Ariana gets catty in that. Because she's like, says something about her mom loved you that night. And then in parentheses, Ariana writes, I don't know if she'll still feel that way now, but I'll talk to her. It's like, bitch, you're proving Elvira's point that you're just a catty little kid thinking you're too good for everybody just because your vocals comes out different. It's all bad choices, though. True that, Solace. All bad choices. I hate voting between the lesser of two evils. But Trump, let's listen, because I knew every time I go live, somebody says Trump or Kamala, or they come in and say Trump, whatever. They're just trolling. Article I linked down below for a scenario like this. Trump has stiffed 10, 13 cities. I don't know. Again, it's in the link below. I almost put it as the thumbnail because they have a chart, a graph of all the cities he's stiffed for money and how much. So most of these Trumpers, I know they're like back to blue and they say they love the police and fucking whatever. Well, if you really feel like that, then you're going against yourself supporting Trump, because this dude, he owes $500,000 to the city of El Paso. $500,000 to El Paso. He's having rallies and then he's leaving and not paying any of the bills. And lawyers for the cities are trying to bill him and he's stiffing them. And they're saying like the $500,000 that went to El Paso or one of the cities, like a lot of that money was supposed to go to the police department because they have to provide not only some of the security, but the safety, the parking, the enforcement, the XYZ. So I just don't understand these people that say their beliefs and then support a guy who goes against everything that they claim to believe in. Unless you believe in stiffing cities for a bill. In that case, then you know what? He's your man. I just, and I'm not saying I like Kamala. I think she blows a lot of hot air. But I'll tell you what. She's much better than a dude who's stiffing taxpayers. If you live in any of those cities, Lebanon, Ohio, Erie, Pennsylvania, El Paso, Texas, I'm trying to think, Mesa, Arizona, or there's a bunch of different cities you can look. I linked it down below. If you live in any of those cities and you pay your taxes, guess what? Trump just stuck you with a bigger bill. So for all these people that go, I don't want to pay more in taxes. Well, Trump is doing that to you. Trump, and this is like well documented, that he's stiffing taxpayers in these cities when he has his rallies. Those poor people that attend him don't even know they're the ones paying for it, because he's like, yo, if I get to be president again, I'm not paying none of this shit. He's a scumbag. And speaking of that, yeah, Biden's a moron. Two-party system is pro wrestling. Yep. I always say that this democratic system or republic system, whatever people want to call it, it's all a sham. It's corporate billionaires propping up these puppets, but it's like the Super Bowl every 4 years. And the thing that sucks about the Super Bowl is you get people that just don't have a team in it, don't have a dog in the fight. We should have ranked choice voting or something along the lines of, we just got to have something fucking different, man. This is such a joke. And I'm old enough to say I've been through quite a few of these cycles, these election cycle, and it's just brutal every time. I want to see somebody who's making the median national medium income get to be president. They'll make the fucking changes, but that'll never happen because these corporate ops will never allow it. Yep, a bunch of bandwagons. Yeah, it sucks. So, but I want to point that out because somebody always comes in and asks about Trump, and I'm like, listen, if you're voting for Trump, you're the dumbest person on earth. Because this dude is just going to cut taxes for the ultra wealthy, just like our taxes have been raised. Anybody middle class, well, that doesn't exist. But anybody working class, you've had your taxes raised over the past 7 years because of this dude. And he cut really wealthy people's taxes. Why do you think Elon Musk is said to be going to spend $75 million, maybe more, by the election? Why do you think anytime that you align with like an Elon Musk, or I forget that other lady who spent $100 million on Trump's campaign, like, these people don't have the same interest as you. They want wealthy people in charge for huge tax cuts while we flip the bill. Just like he's going, having these rallies and dashing and not paying the bill. He's sticking us with the bill. They don't care about... Look at what Dave Chappelle said on national TV. He was like, yo, you guys are morons. I should vote for Trump. Dave Chappelle was even like, he's doing stuff that would help me, a millionaire. So I wanted to put that article. You can read about that. Trump stiffing these cities. These suckers, And the cities are suckers too. If these cities have him back, then, you're a moron. This guy ain't paying none of his bills. Just like he walked into some restaurant the other day. Some place, I think it was in Florida, some Cuban restaurant or maybe in Pennsylvania. And he said, everything's on me. And then left 5 minutes later. Like, he's the biggest douche there is. You would hate him. Just listen, if you're going to vote for him, just understand you would hate him as a person. And if you weren't as wealthy as him, you'd never get into his country clubs. What was the other thing? The Elvira, the Eminem is going to be introducing Barack Obama in Michigan tonight, which I think is cool. Listen, Eminem's. I like Eminem. He's one of the great rappers of our time, and I think it's cool that he's getting political. He's been political. He's been anti-Trump for a long time. He's just not always out in the spotlight. But that dude hates Trump. Go back to, what was it, the MTV Music Awards or something, where he just did a rap in some garages. Very weird, but it was anti-Trump. So Eminem's going to be introducing Barack Obama. I just thought it's a trip for me, because listening to, what was it, the Slim Shady LP, or his first thing, I never meant to give you mushrooms, girl. You know that song? Whatever that was off of. I remember listening to that in like 98 or 99, whenever he was first starting to break out nationally. And to think he went from that to introducing a former president is insane. The fact that Eminem is going to introduce Barack Obama, he's not going to do, they said like he's not going to be rapping or nothing, but just that he's a homegrown Detroit boy, Michigan boy. He's going to bring out Barack Obama, and probably, I hope he just goes off. That's what I'd like to say. Just go off on Trump. Fuck that dude. But it's a trip to see the kid who was rapping about mushrooms and all this crazy stuff, Ken Kniff, and just, if you know early Eminem, then you know. It's a trip to see that dude now introducing a former president. Wild. Just wild. Oh, and then the biggest news of all, the FTC, Lena Khan. If you don't know this name, look her up. Lena Khan is Americans' hero. The working class, the consumers, this is our hero, man. And corporations hate her. They hate her. But the FTC has been doing some amazing work lately. I highly suggest you look into it, read about it. Lena Khan is the name. She is a hero, man. And what they just banned in August, but now has come into full effect, is fake reviews. Now, initially, if you hear that, you might get scared like me and be like, God damn, I can't read funny Google reviews on places that, like when Robert Kraft, the owner of the Patriots, got busted at that massage parlor in Florida. And then if they had to shut down the Google reviews because so many people were bombarding it with fake reviews saying like, best place for a hand J or whatever, you know? Those are hilarious. That's a great bit that I was suggesting to friends who are still on the radio. I was saying, you should be doing that on the radio. Read reviews live on the air, especially like these wild ones. I think YouTubers do it too. Well, they're not always fake, but sometimes you read like the 1-star reviews, or you see these YouTubers do it. But when a big news story breaks, go to the reviews, the Google or Yelp reviews of a place that's infamous now in the news, and the reviews are hilarious because people will get there real quick and leave reviews that obviously, are just a joke. They're satire. So if you're reading this FTC news saying fake reviews are banned, you panic. You're like, oh man, that's some of the best comedy in the world right now. It's not that. What the FTC has banned is businesses buying reviews, whether AI, fake. I don't know if paying people to leave reviews counts. The link article down below. Soul sells the answers to life. Holier than thou. Solus is the man. I agree with you. Excit. By the way, join the Discord. Link in the description. We got a great Discord. Okay. So the FTC is banned. Like you'll see, I hate this because Amazon's polluted with them. You'll go and look at some promoted product, or you don't even know it's promoted, but it's on the first page, and there will be like 5,000 4.5-star reviews. And you look at them all, and they'll all say like, got a promotional product. Of course, we'll leave them 5 stars. They don't say that, but essentially like they're all basically bought and paid for. Or there are companies, and I only know this because there are people that I know on Twitter that buy their subscribers. Elon Musk being one, or I don't think he paid for them. But former bosses that I worked for, these people went on Twitter and have bots as subscribers. They have 100,000 people, but probably 30 grand are real. So the FTC hasn't banned that, but they have banned these companies from paying bots. Well, I don't know how you do it. I'm guessing it's a service that you could just purchase great reviews. and that has now been outlawed, which good. You know, they shouldn't be able to, money shouldn't dictate everything. It shouldn't dictate your reputation. And unfortunately in America, the more money you have, the more reviews you can buy or whatever it is. And it's bogus, man. It does a disservice to consumers. So keep an eye out for Lena Khan in the news, the FTC chairperson. She is amazing. She is the stuff. I'm not kidding, because there's more stuff. I've been dealing with my family, some family issues, and I had them even write her. And her FTC, the Federal Trade Commission, they're going all out. They're at war with some of these corporations, and it's an amazing thing to see because they're there to protect us as consumers. Oh, Jay Strange, you poor, poor fool. Reviews should be merit-based, for real, 100%. But in this day and age, you know, they can buy them. And what's great is on the FTC's website, I linked down below, but on the FTC's website, in the article, ABC article I linked, they give you the FTC's website, and you can report if you think there's fake reviews, which we should be eradicating them. Because have you ever bought a product that looks great, has great reviews, and then you get there and you're like, there's no way 10,000 people thought this was amazing. That's what we're fighting against. What's Kamala's best policy? Not being a douchebag. I just talked about this. Trump he owes, I don't know how many cities. Let's say a baker's dozen amount of cities' tax dollars. Taxpayers are paying for his rallies because he's having rallies and then ditching. Specifically, El Paso, Texas, Trump owes $500,000 to. And he's not going to pay, and they've been trying to get him to pay. This is like a years old rallies. And this dude is letting taxpay, if you support the police, usually those Trump people love the police. Well, that's $500,000 the police aren't getting, and they did a lot of the work. So, you know, just basic human decency. This Trump dude is a scam artist, a con artist, and I feel bad if you're part of the cult. The guy does not care about you. He wants to cut taxes like he did for the uber wealthy. Just think about, why would Elon Musk invest tens and tens of millions of dollars to get him elected? Why would these billionaires donate hundreds of millions of dollars to him? You got to question that, because I'm guessing you're not 100 millionaire coming onto my live stream. And if you're not, you have nothing. Your interests are not aligned with the people who have hundreds of millions of dollars. There's a lot of policies that I don't like. She keeps talking about weed, and what pisses me off is that she says, again, she just recently said she would nationally decriminalize or legalize cannabis, but her and Biden said that. And that pisses me off, because it's like, you already said that. Why aren't you working on it right now? But it's really just about not getting conned. It's really about, like, I don't want my taxes to keep going up. They've gone up drastically. We have a CPA, and he's like, yeah, your taxes are going to keep going up because of the Trump tax cuts that don't expire till 2027, I think. So that's for, like, the uber wealthy people are getting tax cuts while we're on the hook. Just like his rally and dash, dine and dash policy of holding rallies in these counties at these cities and then not paying them for years. Some of these go back to 2016. Link down below. That was her way to TM bribe blacks. Oh, blacks. Okay. Oh, so Jay is strange. You're not a real person. And I mean that in like the, no humanity in you. I'm guessing there's a touch of racism in there. Feel free to unsubscribe if you're Jay Strange. The rest of you, please hit subscribe and the notification bell. I do go live 5 days a week, talking about news commentary, newsmentary. One day, watch, mark my words, YouTube is going to put in the little sidebar where they have all the genres, they're going to have newsmentary. And you're going to think back, you're going to be going, Rob created that genre. YouTube gave him no credit, but that's okay. There needs to be a newsmentary genre. Especially because, like, the mainstream media, like Fox and CNN, that's all newsmentary. It's basically all entertainment. And they position it as unbiased, fair and balanced, and it's all bullshit. At least I'm here to tell you, listen, you're going to have strong opinions in this one, my friend. We ain't supporting no guy that's going to make my tax dollars go up. We ain't going to support a guy who's going to talk about the working class and how he likes that you just fire them if they go on strike. That one. Oh, that exhausts me. These people are not for working class people. All right, so check out the FTC thing. That was huge. The banning the fake reviews, and not the good kind, like They're not banning funny reviews. I guess that would have been the language, right? No satire and parody on the reviews. But they're banning companies from paying other companies to provide, these fake review services. They say whether it's AI or not real people, or I should have went to the FTC's website, because I'm not sure if the promotional, like when you see 100 reviews saying I got this as a promotional product and they're all 5 stars, suspect. The king of newsmentary role in the Discord. Yes. Newsmentary. I'm telling, what has YouTube got to lose from putting a genre in there called newsmentary? There's a bunch of people. I know Philip DeFranco, who I'm trying to beat in subscribe accounts. So I have 1,500. He's got 6.9 million. Help me get to 7 million. I know he doesn't really do newsmentary. He'll occasionally break and go, here's a little opinion. He's so scared to have an opinion. Like, that's what all these big news companies do. Everything's a narrative. Everything. Be careful of that. Everything you watch on TV is a narrative, and it's not one that's going to help you. It's one that is okayed by the top echelon, the highest paid people. That's the narrative they push. So be careful, folks. Careful what you consume. It's not good for your brain. Speaking of that, our Discord is good for your brain. We got movie recommendations. We got a book club in there. So if you got any good books that you like to read, join the Discord. Link down below. All right, guys, I got to wrap it up because my head, I think it's a sinus thing. I don't know what's going on with me. Feels like I constantly need to sneeze. It sucks. But please hit subscribe, hit the notification bell. I will be back tomorrow. Oh, and I got to talk to Doreen. I know I said Doreen, who's in France, she would join the live. But if I'm still not feeling good and my son's sick, I don't know if we're going to do it tomorrow. We'll figure out another day. But I'll still be live for the time being. But I want to make sure that when I have Doreen on, who's in France, I can give her the proper time and attention. We can discuss these subjects like the paranormal, Halloween in France. We might still do it again. I gotta make sure that this doesn't like kick me in the ass when I wake up. Hopefully I'm okay. It's just a little sinus thing. All right, Soul, it's good to see you. Curtis, Jay Strange, thanks for the comments, kind of. Knight, who else? Oddvocado, and anybody else that was up in here. Thank you guys so much for joining me. Again, everything we talked about, linked down in the description. Please hit subscribe. And we got a Discord, which is an amazing place. And if you play Fortnite, there's a Fortnite challenge coming up in a couple days. But if you play Fortnite, let us know. We got a thing in there. Later, homie. Take some time to yourself, Curtis. You work too hard. All right? Peace, guys.